And now it's time for another edition of What Would Jello Do? Surprise, surprise. So much shit is hitting the fan, and this is by design, that the engine's about to break because the blades of the fan can't even turn anymore because of all the gunk. Just today, Trump offhandedly said he was going to send troops into Mexico to deal with bad hombres. If only Mexico then saw it as a green light to send their troops into the United States to deal with our bad hombres. And speaking of bad hombres, I mean, some of these people that Trump has chosen to put in his cabinet and the advisors, I mean, this isn't just foxes in the hen house. As I think I said before, it's werewolves with machine guns. And they're even worse than the one issue that people are focusing on. Even worse than if we really did have Secretary of State Rudy Giuliani or Newt Gingrich or Sarah Palin at Energy or the Interior, John Bolton, whatever. This is worse. Rex Tillerson, head of Exxon, now has carte blanche to go around the world as a diplomat, settling all kinds of disputes in ways that will make money for Exxon, deal making and all. But the main scary part about him isn't just that, and that he sucks the dick of Vladimir Putin and his oligarch buddies who may still turn up on Trump's tax returns if Anonymous or WikiLeaks ever does their job and leaks them. This is what Rex Tillerson said a few years ago when he finally admitted that global warming and climate collapse is real. Mankind will adapt. Yeah. Just like the Black Plague or something. Everything else, business as usual. Drill, frack, pollute, poison, burn it on up. Nothing is going to change. Then we have Jefferson Beauregard Sessions, who of course was denied a federal court appointment when Reagan tried to put him on because he was such an old school segregationist and outright racist. But what happens to decriminalized cannabis when the guy in charge of the Justice Department said back then that he thought the Ku Klux Klan was all right till I found out some of them smoked pot? And that goes double for Scott Pruitt, who we know his intention is to blow up the Environmental Protection Agency completely and turn everywhere into Oklahoma, where the fracking is so run amok that there's earthquakes all over the place now and causing property damage and everything. He also is the same attorney general who sued the state of Colorado for decriminalizing cannabis on the grounds that they were exporting drugs across the border to Oklahoma. Well, somebody should. Michael Flynn, National Security Advisor, came right out and said we are at war with Islam. And then there's Rick Perry, Agriculture Secretary. That would have been safer. Okay, fine. If he's Secretary of Energy, that means Sarah Palin isn't Secretary of Energy. But just like Palin, Perry isn't just oil stained from head to toe. He is part of a Christian supremacist doomsday cult that believes in the end times, Jesus is coming soon, going to make everything all better. And he's in charge of our nuclear arsenal. Don't even need precious bodily fluids to bring back the Messiah. Mad Dog Mattis, our Secretary of Defense, quote, be polite, be professional, but have a plan to kill everybody you meet. Hopefully, he still has that plan in the Oval Office, but probably not. So, like I've mentioned this before in regards to the Green Party and Jill Stein, but now that the supposed opposition party, the Democrats, are the minority party scrambling with all kinds of theatrics over the right-wing extreme corporate Christian supremacist Supreme Court nominee and things like that, well, isn't it time to take a lesson from parliamentary democracies? And yes, I wish we were a parliamentary democracy. You don't have to change the Constitution for this one. How about what they call in Canada or England or whatever, a shadow cabinet? Okay, Mad Dog is the defense secretary. Why not have your own shadow defense secretary to dog the real one, monitor their every move, and then counter it with common sense? And it would be really helpful. You could swap out the shadow cabinet for all these vacuous punditoids from all kinds of alleged points of view get on TV because they're from insiders' families, their daddy was governor, they came out of a modeling agency or whatever, and replace them with actual knowledgeable experts. Wouldn't have to be senators or congressmen, but people who know things about a particular area. In the short run, even Dianne Feinstein as the shadow CIA director, the shadow defense secretary, would be a huge help in exposing and rebutting all the skullduggery going on. You can keep Bernie Sanders and, more importantly, what he stood for in the election out back in the news, even in a cartoon media, desperate to keep Bernie and what he offers out of the news. This alone probably won't mean that toothless Democrats finally grow a spine, get some sharper teeth, but it will at least make a very nice grill. Come on, at least some scary looking Halloween fangs?